So, if you were watching the Knicks game last night versus the Lakers, you saw something very interesting in the third quarter. You may have noticed that after LeBron, he caught a dunk, all-time legendary Knicks villain. You know who that is. That is Reggie Miller. He was on the NBC broadcast, and he got a little bit excited. Maybe he did a little bit too much. Well, there was a fan who was sitting right behind Miller who apparently, at least it seemed, didn't like Reggie's antics. The video of his response has gone viral. His name is Jason Davidoff, and he joins me now. Jason, what's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. How's everything with you?
Man, everything's good. Everything is good. You got to see a Knicks win over the Lakers last night, and
100%.
there's a lot going on around you being in the video behind Reggie Miller. So the first thing I got to ask you is, there's a lot of lip readers, a lot of internet sleuths that have been out there that have been trying to figure out what you said in that moment when you reacted to Reggie Miller's reaction to that LeBron dunk. So I'm going to ask you, we want to know, what did you say?
Might be a little vulgar, but I said, sit your ass down, bro.
Wow. Do you think Reggie Miller heard that at all? Did he hear? Do you think
I
he heard
doubt
it?
it. I doubt it. He's got some big headphones on that are big and with noise cancellation, but I hope he did.
So let me ask you this too. That's a very immediate reaction when you told him to take a seat.
Hmm.
What prompted it from you to just see that? Why did you have that reaction?
Well, he was, going all up in Jamal Crawford's personal space. Give him some space, my guy. He's rubbing up on his shoulder, jumping on him. You see things on the desk are falling. I was like, yo, just sit down. Relax. The Lakers were losing.
Yeah, it seems like he was doing too much. So let me ask you this. My next question would be, I felt like when I watched your reaction, it was very New York. Like, it's like, what is this guy doing? What's he doing right here, right? So are you a huge Knicks fan, for people who might not know? And I'm asking you, are you a huge Knicks fan where the hate for Reggie Miller runs deep? Or were you just reacting to a reaction that you were like, hey, this guy is over the top here?
It's a little bit of both, for sure. I'm not a fan of Reggie Miller. I don't think anybody is. Yeah, but no, no matter who was there, I would have probably definitely been a little disgusted, to be honest. But Reggie Miller definitely, added some salt to the wound of me telling him to, sit down.
All right, well, the thing is, I mean, he had to sit down eventually, so I guess we saw that. Let me ask you this about Reggie Miller, because you know this as a Knicks fan. I called him a Knick villain at the top of this, right? But there's this aura around Reggie Miller that he was this Knicks killer in his lore. But the stats and the record doesn't prove that. Reggie Miller is 6-12 at the Garden in the playoffs, 13-39 lifetime at the Garden. He did not do that much winning at the Garden. But
100%.
People think back about what he did in '95. Do you think Reggie Miller, in the lore of him being great at the Garden, is a little overrated?
I think, though, definitely. That series where he did the choke sign,
Yeah.
we won the series. You know what I mean? So people definitely don't look at that. But no, if we had to pick somebody, I would still go with him as a villain, just because it's grown to be such a big part of, Knicks' hearts. You can't have a Knicks fan without a Reggie Miller hater, you know?
I would have to agree with that in my experience. Did you have any interaction with Reggie after that moment? And, the fact that you told him to sit his ass down, did you have
Not
any
after
interaction
that
with him?
moment, no. He's got a security guard or like a little buddy to his right that makes sure nobody touches him. I did, though. Last year I went to the Pacers series, one of the games, Game
Yeah.
5, I believe it was, where we won, and I was very ecstatic, and so I yelled. I'm pretty sure he heard this one, Knicks in 7. Unfortunately, it was not Knicks in 7, but I'm sure he heard that.
All right, so okay, we get this vibe from you. You are a diehard fan. You're gonna give it to Reggie Miller, and now this has gone viral. So I got to ask you, were you aware that you've become a hero for Knicks fans all across the internet because of that energy that you gave Reggie Miller? And how does it feel to be part of a viral Knicks moment in this season?
It feels awesome, 100%. I actually have a friend of mine. His name is Jordan Gazet. He was the famous kid who was crying after we drafted Kristaps Porzingis. So it's funny to now be in his shoes. Yeah, we went to the
Wow.
same school. We didn't play on any of the same sports team. He was on the football team while I was on the soccer team, and it was just a funny full circle moment. And yeah, that's about it.
Yo, that's crazy. I was actually at that draft when Kristaps Porzingis was picked, and I remember your friend crying over. Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy.
Yeah.
What do you think about the Knicks this season? They just picked up win number 31 last night. They're second in the East right now. How are you feeling about the Knicks this season, and do you think that they have what it takes to go all the way?
Um, Right now in this moment, I think so. I mean, how can you consider yourself a Knicks fan without having the faith that they can definitely go all the way? That little bit of a, like 5-game losing streak or whatever it was back in early January to maybe like January 19th, that was a little shady, but this 6-win streak, it's looking hot. We're looking good. Overall, still maybe a little bit underwhelming considering we're, in title contention. I feel like we should be doing a little better. We shouldn't be getting beaten by some of the teams that we're getting beaten by. But I definitely have hope. I definitely have faith.
So I think people are going to want to know this, Jason. Do you plan to return to the Garden the next time that Reggie Miller is going to be on a broadcast? And are you going to bring some of that anti-Reggie Miller energy back to MSG? Will we see that from you again?
100%.
100%. Okay.
Whether it's in the regular seasons or the playoffs, you'll see me there again.
All right. Now, were you at the game by yourself? Because when you saw on the camera, it didn't seem like anybody was with you. Did you go solo? Did you have some people with you? How did you?
I was there with my brother, and he stepped out to go to the bathroom. Actually, it was halftime, so people were still making their way back in, and I happened to just get there early.
So it was early.
Yeah.
You're right, because it was early third quarter, so people were still making their way back in to the lower ball. Well, I'll say this. Look. Your brother probably is mad he missed the viral moment. He could have been in it, but you did have some great seats. You got to hook your boy up next time. You got to get me. So I was in the building, but I was not sitting where you were sitting. So you got to hook me up next time.
Effort. 100%.
There we go. We got to make that happen, man. I love that you're bringing the energy. It was a fantastic and funny viral moment. I hope you're enjoying it really well. 100%. Everybody, that's Jason Davidoff. Jason, appreciate you, man. Thanks for joining me and coming on to talk some Knicks. Thank you.
100%. Thank you.